They've started popping up everywhere, at first shyly, but now more openly, more tribal, more proud.
We're all adults here. It's time we take our freedom back.
Vapers who smoke e-cigarettes using nicotine liquid are doing so in a grey area, importing from China and elsewhere what is, in fact, a scheduled poison in many state jurisdictions.
People are able to import enough e-cigarette liquid for their own personal use, but not to sell it for commercial purposes. In fact, many of the liquids which are being sold as non-nicotine containing do contain nicotine.
The law is inconsistent at best. A landmark WA Supreme Court case found that e-cigarettes without nicotine still breach tobacco controls. Professor Simon Chapman is part of a new effort to force the UN's health body to act on unified regulation.
Well, there have been 129 scientists and leading public health figures from 31 countries around the world who have written to the WHO's Director General. We've basically said this is too an important issue to just let run in the marketplace.
So the best thing we can do is at least get out there and go, look, here's who we are, here's what we do, and here's why we do it.
The popularity of e-cigs has grown so quickly that medical research and regulatory frameworks have constantly been left inadequate. There's research on both sides of the debate about their harm. Now the FDA in the US is struggling to regulate their $2 billion industry.
Well, I think it's out of control in the USA, and very few countries internationally look to the USA as a model for how they should regulate anything in the tobacco area. The real issue, I think, is that we need to set standard for e-cigarettes so that people who are going to be using them can be assured that the quality of them are good. We have no idea of the quality control of the products that people are buying.
Here in Australia, the TGA, or Therapeutic Goods Administration, requires evidence of their effectiveness in giving up smoking before they're allowed to be marketed as such.
Regulation would go to ingredients, it would go to labelling, it would go to safety of the containers so that kids can't get hold of them and swallow them, and it would go to the claims that could be made by people selling these products.
For vapers themselves, their fears that the loophole that's allowed them their nicotine fix up until now will close seems ever more likely.